Welcome back to South Wales, where we are managing Swansea City on FC25. Now, if you haven't seen the rest of this series, you might be wondering, why are Swansea City in the Champions League and the Premier League? Well, we took over the club on FIFA 21, where their team looked kind of average, and now we have built this squad right here. All of it was based around three players. Gyökeres, Gibbs-White and Mark Gahey were all at Swansea City the year that we started this series. We've also signed a few of the players that used to play for Swansea, like Conor Gallagher and Tammy Abraham, but now we're on the hunt for some new talent, some players that maybe haven't ever played for Swansea City before, because we need a CDM. And in fact, if you've kept up with the news, you might also know that Luka Modric is now a part owner of Swansea City as of 2025. So I thought, why don't we see if he'll actually be willing to join us for this season, because we are playing in the Champions League. And thankfully, he absolutely was. With Modric in the team to provide some more assists, we're also going to be trying to break a very unique record. This time, it's trying to beat Ruud van Nistelrooy's 12 goals in the Champions League, which is the most that any British team has ever done. No other player that plays for an English team has ever scored more than 12, so we're going to try and do that with either Tammy Abraham or Victor Gyökeres. With the team now all together, I'm very excited for the season. With the squad in place, I think it's time to start our season, and what a game for Modric to make his debut against his former club, playing against Spurs. After about 15 years of playing for Madrid, it's good to see him back in the Premier League, but is he still going to be able to do it on a rainy night in London? Can he do it on the South Welsh coast? Well, we're about to find out in the first game of the season. We've played about 1 minute of the game. I'm already getting confused between Gallagher and Modric. We shouldn't have had two long-haired DMs. We're trying to play a different style this year, more possession-based, less counter-attacking, and trying to see if that can actually get us to perform better in Europe. Gyökeres wins the ball. Good volley, low but well saved by Vicario. Modric into Nico Williams, into Brennan Johnson, and that's Gyökeres making a good run. We have Tammy across the box, but we went for the top corner. That could have easily found it. Brennan cuts inside. He's not really got too many options, but we're going to flick it towards Tammy, and his header's wide, but that's going to be half time anyway. Look at that possession game. 62% possession, 92 passes, nearly 100 in the first half. This is absolutely amazing. Abraham cuts inside into the box, gets the shot away, goes near post, but doesn't even find the side netting. Sarr into Madison. Solanke gives it to Son and he hits one, and that is an absolute wonder goal. We have dominated Spurs, and then of course Son is there just to put one in the top corner. We're going to go a bit more attacking now for the last 15 minutes. Can we get the equaliser? Well, Son plays it across to Odobert and he chips it over Kelleher. 2-0 down. I don't really think we deserve to lose this game like this. Gibbs-White into Ben Davies, another former Spurs player of course. Back to Gibbs-White. Tammy Abraham, can we turn? Get it to Brennan Johnson. He gets it out of his feet. 2-1. Is there a chance for a late comeback? 91st minute. We've got 2 minutes to try and win this ball and get another shot off. Kulusevski into Pedro Porro. Back to Kulusevski. Can we get this ball? We're trying to press as hard as we can. Solanke holds off Gahey. And then Son gives it to Odobert. Can Gahey get back this time? He can't. Can he win it off Kulusevski? Finally we do. And now we've got a chance to do one long ball. It's going towards Tammy. Can he beat Madison? He can probably, but the referee blows the whistle before we can find out. We've lost 2-1 on the opening day. While it's disappointing, there was definitely some positive signs. However, the season doesn't actually get off to a very good start. While we lost the first game, we also lose the next 3. So after 4 matches, we've lost 4, conceded 10 and scored just 3. But we have a chance to reset, because we've got a fairly easy game in the Champions League against Young Boys. The Swiss champions are always going to have a few good players, but our team should easily be able to beat them if we're on form. If we lose this, who knows? We might even get sacked before Christmas. But I got a pretty good feeling that we're going to get the 3 points in Switzerland. Young Boys going for the long ball out wide, and looks like Montero is going to get there before Nico Williams, and he's going to also run into the box. Can we win the header? They've got an absolutely huge striker at front. We need to watch out for him. Gyökeres goes power shot, but Schuhen with a good save. Gyökeres into Tammy Abraham. Another power shot, this time over the bar, and it's been a pretty poor first 30 minutes to be honest for Swansea. Gyökeres into the box. Can he hit it? He can, but Schuhen, another good save. Hopefully this isn't just the story of how this game's going to go. Gyökeres into Brennan Johnson. It's another great save from Schuhen. This guy is on fire. Corner comes in. Come on, Gahey. Heads it just wide. That was a really good chance, unmarked in the centre of the box. And finally an attack for Young Boys, a power shot from their own. And Itten gets the ball and it nearly ricochets in. For some reason, Luka Modric really appreciating that. Brennan Johnson on the counter. Can we get this to Gyökeres? 56th minute. We've got some space to run into. Come on. You've got to outrun this Benito guy, surely. Oh, we just about get through. And 1-1. Finally, we beat Schuhen. And that is Gyökeres' first goal in the Champions League. Of course, the record that we're trying to break is 12. So all we have to do is score another 11 goals, which probably means getting quite far into this competition. Gyökeres out wide to Tammy Abraham. Schuhen with yet another save. Nico Williams to Abraham to Luka Modric. Can he score? Even he can't score with his 5 Champions League titles. Brennan Johnson pulls it back to Gibbs White. And another great save from Schuhen. This guy is unreal. Gyökeres heads it, tries to get around Bloom, and I think he's going to do it. Plays it through to Tammy Abraham. 1-1. The last minute, probably the last kick of the game. And that is 2-0. We have absolutely ruined Young Boys. But really, we should have scored at least 4, maybe 5 goals. But their goalkeeper was just absolutely insane. So, with our first official competitive win of the season under our belt, I don't think we could have had a much more difficult second match in the Champions League. It was against Bayern Munich. Of course, always one of the favourites to win this entire tournament, with players like Harry Kane, Leroy Sané, Jamal Musiala, Upamecano, and Davies. It was going to be really hard for us to counter-attack, and I think the possession game was also probably off the table against such a good midfield. Sané has it down the wing, gives it to Musiala, some space for Kane. Let's try and cover him off. That's Coman, and he's got a lot of space, but goes near post and doesn't even hit the target. Sané throws it through to Kane. 1 shot, 1 goal. That was a perfect finish straight into the top corner. Sané on the corner. Are they going to extend their lead? Well, Ben Davies heads it, but Coman volleys it and Rodon deflects it wide. Could easily have been 2-0 down already. Abraham holds off Kingman J and Upamecano, but can only hit the post. I thought that was going in that bottom corner. Gyökeres to Abraham. Come on, Brennan. Hit this across the goalkeeper. And I think that is the perfect finish. Very similar to Harry Kane's. Going straight in the top corner. Nothing that even a goalkeeper like Manuel Neuer can do about that one. Musiala to Coman to Harry Kane. He just hits the ball way too hard. That is absolutely ridiculous. And Kane gets his hat-trick just before half-time. I was not expecting that from the corner. Brennan gives it to Gyökeres. Can he outrun Upamecano? I don't think he can, but he cuts inside and hits it anyway. If that had found the far post, that could easily have been 3-3. We'd already hit the post, of course, with Tammy. Kane gets around one and then smashes it. This guy's finishing. It's like he's got a laser for a foot. It goes straight in the top corner. And, of course, celebrates just like Harry Kane loves to do. Gibbs White finds some space for Gyökeres. This time, I think he can outrun Upamecano. Can we get the finish right this time? Yes, we can. His second goal in the Champions League. He's not even picking this up. He knows the comeback's probably not going to happen. Musiala hits the post as well. Very lucky there. That wasn't 5-2. Can Gyökeres actually get us back into this game with this goal? He can't. Neuer with a very strong hand. And Abraham, 1-1. Neuer again blocks it. We could have been back in this game. Brennan pulls it across and Abraham this time hits the crossbar. We've been so unlucky. We've lost 4-2. But I think we had a real shot at making that probably 4-4. But thankfully, the rest of the group stage actually went a lot better. We won 3 out of our 6. And that means that we just need 1 point from our last group stage game against Monaco. And we're basically into the next round. That would be the playoff round, because there's no chance we're finishing in the top 8. But that's fine, because as long as we're still in this competition, we have a chance to win it. Gyökeres through, but Singo just gets a foot in. That was really good defending. Gyökeres again hits it across Garcia, but another good save over the bar. Gibbs White's corner, Rodon, and then Brennan isn't there to tap it in. And Monaco are going to clear it. But I think Davies is surely going to win this header. He isn't. He's been bullied by Lamine Camara, and Balogun's 1-2'd it with him. He is through. It's a foot race between Camara and Nico Williams, and Williams gets the tackle wrong. This is Mika Birith, and that is 1-0. We really need the point in this game, although we do have a chance to get it against Celtic. But can we do it? Gyökeres can't get the shot away. Caio Henrique just got a little bit too much pace for us. But we get a corner. Gibbs White, and it goes straight up. Come on, Brennan. The bicycle, oh my god, that is unreal. The top corner, the perfect bicycle kick. Look how high his foot got off the ground there. Hits it at 84 kilometers an hour. That is a powerful bicycle kick. The perfect shot. And thankfully, the equalizer. Are Monaco going to do anything before half-time? Balogun gives it to Vanderson, to Kobe Mainu. Just moved to Monaco, I'm guessing. Mika Birith, the goal scorer, gives it back to Balogun. And out of nowhere, Monaco are ahead again. I think they've probably had 2 shots in this first half. Both of them finding the net. Balogun might be through. And we were trying to pull his shirt to slow him down, but we've accidentally fouled him. And Joe Rodon sees red. Is that going to be the end of our Champions League campaign? Can we still get the equalizer with 10 men? Well, I hope we can. Brennan trying to beat Caio Henrique. Gibbs-White on the edge of the box to Modric, back to Gibbs-White, and then Tammy Abraham with an absolutely brilliant finish in the top corner. Celebrates like Son, but that is the equalizer. Look at this finish. So much power, so much precision, just what we needed. And Nico has been absolutely taken out there by Mainu. Just a yellow card, but could easily have been a second red of the game. Gibbs-White to Gyökeres. We find the top corner again, but I think he's offside, yes. Referee confirms it. He's actually miles offside. Modric. And that was a horrible tackle. Was that Mainu again? Surely that's a second yellow. Come on. Straight red. It's a 10-a-side game now. Can Gyökeres capitalise on it? 1-on-1. The finish is there this time. And that is 3-2. Could that be the winner? His 5th goal in the Champions League this season. Just a couple of seconds now to hold on. Vanderson. Akiluche out wide. Zakaria gets it to Balogun. Come on, Gehi, defend this. But he's been turned. And Modric can't get across. He didn't have enough pace. I was considering pre-season to sign him or Renato Sanchez. And I think Renato Sanchez probably would have been able to get there. But, to be fair, Modric has been really good. Tammy Abraham, come on, can we get a late winner ourselves? Modric goes flying in, but it doesn't matter. It's a 3-3, but we did only need a point anyway. And with that, we are through into the playoff round. Yes, we actually finished 18th, which isn't too bad. We finished above the teams like Juventus and Monaco themselves. And I've got to say that the playoff round against Lille was actually a fairly nice draw. There was a lot of dangerous teams in there. Dortmund were in there, Barcelona. But the most annoying thing about this game was that my clip actually corrupted. So all I have is this screenshot of the celebration. You've got to take my word that Gyökeres did score a nice goal early on. And that's why the score is 1-0. Modric on the edge of the box tries to kill one far post. That would have been another really nice goal in this game. Lille on the attack. We've been turned. 3 men were pressing and Oyarzabal punishes us. It's 1-1 after 30 minutes. Modric plays through Abraham and the finish is there, but I'm pretty sure he's offside. Yes, that's not going to count. Gallagher to Gyökeres. Back to Gallagher. Deflected off Diakite. Modric gives it to Tammy Abraham. Come on, hold off your defender. Finish this. Oh, it's gone miles wide. Oyarzabal gives it to Fernandez. Arkadiusz Milik is up there. Fernandez gets it back. Milik gets it back. And it deflects so unkindly for us. Straight to Oyarzabal. And we are 2-1 down. 15 minutes left. Of course, there is a second leg. We can get back into this still. Gyökeres through. And Gyökeres gets the equaliser. That is another Champions League goal. And he is well on his way now to getting that record for the most Champions League goals from a British team. Sarawi, and just when we thought we were back in the game, we thought it was going to end 2-2, we go back down 3-2. So that's it, that's the end of the first leg. The second leg's going to be in France, which isn't too far of a journey, but still, it's not going to be great news for us if we can't get at least one early goal. We're switching the tactic up, going back to the 5-3-2 that worked so well for us last season, and hoping that our team is a bit more balanced and able to hold off Lille if we can get that early goal, and maybe try and just win 2-0. Gyökeres defends the corner well to Gibbs-White. So we've got Luka Modric as our other counter-attacking player. Probably not the guy you'd want, but we're going to hold it up. And Gyökeres does get into some space. Can he outrun their attacking midfielder? It looks like he can. Can he get the finish right? We can. 4 minutes in, 4 minutes 45 seconds. And we are level on aggregate 3-3. Modric from the edge of the box. I thought that had found the top corner. Cabango gets bullied out wide. Is Gehi going to be able to stop this? He is. He gets his foot in, but De Jong goes down, and that's a penalty. 15 minutes in. De Jong goes top corner, And we're 1-1 again. We're level on the day, but behind on aggregate. Modric to Gibbs White. We've got Gyökeres making a good run. He's curved that perfectly. And that is another goal. 2 on the day for him. But 9 in this tournament. What a performance from Victor Gyökeres. Williams to Gallagher. Gallagher tries to play it through to Gyökeres. Can he outrun Zubeldia? He can, and he gets the finish. A hat-trick in 35 minutes. Victor Gyökeres, what a player. So, 5-4 in aggregate. All we got to do now is try and hold on. And even if we concede, it's not the end of the world. So, let's make some changes. Tammy Abraham coming on for Brennan Johnson seems like a good move. Fernandez got it out wide. Andre gives it to Macau, gives it to Diakite. Oh, we didn't need that. A goal for them just before the hour mark. And now it's 5-5 on aggregate. What a game this is turning out to be. Gyökeres beats 1, beats 2. Can he get into the box? He can. Gyökeres. Oh, and that is probably the best goal we've scored with him over all 5 seasons of this career mode. Now he has 11 Champions League goals. He needs just 1 to match Ruud van Nistelrooy. Milic. Shot deflected. Well saved by Kelleher. We are going to try and defend this as well as we can. We're parking the bus. We've gone defensive. Hopefully we don't drop too deep. Oyarzabal gives it to Milic. We've dropped too deep. And he has punished us. Just a turn and a shoot. Changing the tactic. Absolutely the wrong decision. Why did we do that? Leo try and dribble in from the corner. A short one. It goes to Milic. It goes to Zubeldia. It goes to Milic. It goes to Baka. They're just playing tiki-taka in our box. And Gay wins it. But the ref gives a foul. Cabella with probably the hardest hit shot in the human history. But well saved by Kalmin Kelleher. Tammy Abraham has the ball out wide. Chips it in. We haven't got long. Can we get there? Nico Williams can't win the header, but Gallagher does. Probably the last attack now. Gibbs White. Gyökeres. That's a good run from Abraham. Good touch. And a good finish as well. Oh my god. That is it. The last minute of the game. Probably the last attack. The last kick. And we go ahead on aggregate 6-7 in the end. What a second leg this has turned out to be. The exact performance that we wanted and the one that we needed, even if we couldn't defend. We still scored 5 with that man Gyökeres hitting 4. And things didn't stop there either. After beating Lille in the next round, we would beat Bayern Munich 4-1 on aggregate. Then we would play against Inter Milan in the quarter-final. Gyökeres was on fire yet again. We won that one 5-4 on aggregate, meaning we're now in the semi-finals of the Champions League. So that means we could play against someone like PSG, Dortmund, Real Madrid, and it is going to be PSG. It might not be as scary as the year they had Messi, Neymar and Mbappe, but they still have a lot of danger. And we have players like Joe Rodon playing against Vitinha, playing against Kolo Muani, Bakola, Ademola Lookman. This is going to be such a challenge. Gyökeres now level with Van Nistelrooy after that goal against Inter Milan, but his pass not quite good enough to play in Tammy Abraham this time. Gaia gives it to Kvaratskhelia, and it beats Gehi, and Fabian Ruiz is there to smash it in. The defensive midfielder, what a finish that was, beating Kelleher with pure power. Gyökeres cuts outside, cuts inside, tries to get away from Gaia, and his power shot goes straight at Donnarumma, unfortunately. Brennan Johnson has the ball out wide. Gyökeres again. Is this shot going to be better? It is. But it's an even better save from Donnarumma. Gibbs White's corner. And that's Gehi underneath it. Heads it over the bar. We need something like that. Gallagher trying to flick it forwards. Tammy does get it this time. Luka Modric turns once. Does a trick. Cuts inside. Marquinhos is beaten. And then outside the boots it. Travella finish past the goalkeeper. Donnarumma. There's just nothing he could have done to stop that going in. Just before half time, can we hold off for just a few more minutes? Fabian gives it to Lookman. What a finish. That was so powerful, but Kelleher, really strong wrists. Hakimi gets through. Kelleher again. What a performance he's doing for us. Gibbs White. Can we chip it to Abraham? We can't. Ibrahima Konate, too tall. Griezmann with the diving header. Not really that worried about that one, thankfully. And Modric gets it forward to Gyökeres eventually. Can we get around Marquinhos? We can. And can we get the shot right? We can. That is perfect. That is top bins. That is on the postage stamp in the top corner. Even a 6'7" goalkeeper like Donnarumma cannot reach that. Joe Rodon clears it. And that is it. We are ahead in the first leg. So the Giants from Paris now have to travel all the way to Swansea and face the likes of Ben Cabango, who's back at the middle of our 5-3-2. Hopefully the formation works as well as it did against Lille. Maybe a bit more defensive than that time where we conceded 3. But just scoring 1 or 2 in this would probably see us into the Champions League final. Something I was really not expecting come the start of this series. That was Modric with the throw-in. Gives it to Nico Williams, back to Modric, and we're holding off Andy Robertson, continuing to hold him off. We do the little Iniesta move, and the finish is spot on. Luka Modric, our most experienced player, our kind of owner, I guess, as well, has scored in the semi-final of the Champions League. Kvaratskhelia shot blocked, and Nico keeps it in. We can clear that. Ederson to Hakimi. And this is Ben Cabango, who's been beaten for pace. Griezmann beats Gehi. And also beats Kelleher. 3-2 on aggregate, 1-1 on the day. Good header there, but an even better save from Kelleher. Kangin gives it to Griezmann. His shot palmed wide, and hopefully that's going to be half-time. Have we survived? We have. 1-1, 3-2 on aggregate. We are still in this. There's still a chance we can beat PSG over the 2 legs. Conor Gallagher gives it to Tammy Abraham. He's not really got too many options. One of them's Luka Modric, though, and of course he's not going to dribble through with pace. But Tammy Abraham just bullies Robertson, and now we can pull it back to Gyökeres. Get the finish right. He does, and we're ahead on the day, 2-1. Come on. This is our best chance by far of winning a trophy this season. Fabian Ruiz beats Rodon, but Kelleher stops Kvaratskhelia. Griezmann, come on. That's a really good shot. Oh my god, that one in the top corner, so powerful. Back in this game. Here's Gyökeres. He's now beaten Van Nistelrooy's record, of course. Cuts inside, gets the shot, hits Marquinhos. Can we do something from the corner? Gehi heads it into the top corner. That guy, he scored some such important goals for us over these 5 seasons. Mark Gehi, what a player. And Gyökeres intercepts it. Gives it to Tammy Abraham. He's going to turn Konate. I think we're just going to hit this. Oh my god. What a finish from Tammy Abraham. 6-3 on aggregate. Celebrates like Harry Kane because he just got back in the England squad. And that is an unreal performance from Swansea. Kelleher clears it. Come on, just confirm the win. Swansea City are in the Champions League final. I can't believe it either. I was not expecting that. This team really isn't that good. PSG absolutely battered us there. But Mark Gehi, Carmen Kelleher, and Joe Rodon were all absolute rocks at the back. Just in case you're wondering how we did in the Premier League, well, actually, we did finish the season pretty well. We, of course, lost our first 4 games, but we only lost 10 out of the next 34. So we ended up 10th in the league, which unfortunately doesn't mean European football, unless we can beat Real Madrid in this final. Of course, Modric has history with Real Madrid. Gallagher nearly went to their rivals, Atletico Madrid, before he joined us. And that means we have a decent chance to become the first Welsh team, not only to reach the final, but to win it. There's only 3 Welsh players that I think have Champions League final medals. Ben Woodburn, Gareth Bale and Ryan Giggs. And in our squad, we have about 16 Welsh players. So we are about to extend that if we can just beat Real Madrid over the next 90 minutes. Mendes gets bullied by Brennan Johnson. That's Gyökeres, cuts inside. Bellingham can't defend, and Gyökeres gets the finish, so close to being right. We're bossing possession in the middle today, though. Tammy Abraham dropping deep, gives it to Luka Modric, to Gyökeres, back to Modric, and he shoots. Oh, and he scored against his former club, but we're ahead in the Champions League. Modric refusing to celebrate. Oh my god, I would be going absolutely crazy if I had just scored that. What a performance. Modric again controls it, but gets the finish just wrong. A second goal would have been huge for us. And now you can just sense Real Madrid getting back into the game, getting back on top of the ball, and actually getting some shots away. Gehi with a great interception there. So important to get that right. Mancini gives it to Nuno Mendes, to Bellingham. What a team this Real Madrid squad is, though. That's such good depth. But Vinicius Jr. beats Nico Williams, as you'd probably expect. Mbappe against Rodon. Valverde's shot. And what a save from Kelleher. Brennan Johnson into that gap, left by their fullback. Abraham controls it, gets it back to Enquiries. It's Modric on the edge of the box, trying to finesse it far post, but we can't do it. And Madrid get it clear. Williams, just before half-time. Brennan Johnson showboating there. But that's it. 1-0 lead at half-time. Very dangerous and very frail lead, but a lead nonetheless. Valverde judged to have won the ball there. That was a horrible tackle on Modric. Hopefully he's not actually injured. Mbappe turns. He's got some space, but Gehi's there. Thankfully, making him shoot from very, very long way out. Kelleher rolls it to Gehi, but it's been intercepted by Rodrigo. His shot hits the post. Oh, that would have been a big blunder. Bellingham back heels it to Valverde. Into Vinicius Jr. He turns back to Bellingham to Rodrigo. Oh, I thought that was in. So did Carlo Ancelotti. Gallagher to Nico Williams. Hits it. Really nice shot, but Courtois is going to catch that all day long. Mbappe out to Vinicius Jr. Can Joe Rodon get across? He can't. And Mbappe's going to backheel that to Valverde. And it's a great save with Kelleher's feet. Rodrigo to Vinicius Jr. The two wingers linking up. Mancini's shot deflected. Oh, and come on. This is a great chance to counter-attack. It looks like Carvajal doesn't want to defend. Their other fullback's not that interested either. I think it's Camavinga. And all of a sudden, it's 2-on-none. Can Tammy pull it across? He can't. Oh, Gyökeres' run was so bad. He was just constantly offside. So we went ourselves with Abraham and missed the target altogether. So annoying. Tchouameni goes near post. Oh, I thought we might have given away a penalty there. Just hold on for 15 more minutes. Vinicius Jr. Rodon gets it clear. Gyökeres tries to give it to Brennan, but it's all Real Madrid now, trying to get that equaliser. Mbappe, he gets around Gehi, and he could have kept going, but he hit it early. Thank God for that. Mbappe out to Vinicius Jr. and Nico can't intercept this one. Rodon gets beaten as well. Can Davies win the header? He can't. But thankfully Rodrigo's not Mandzukic playing out on the wing, so that's a tame header. Tammy, come on, get there. Levi Colwill gets there first. Valverde, there's just 2 minutes left. Let's not have a late equaliser. We've conceded a few of them this season. Mbappe trying to cut inside, goes backwards to Valverde. His power shot's deflected. Jay Fulton, the man that's only playing because of a suspension, with a good play forward. And Colwill can't turn it around. Gyökeres is going to try and run him behind, but it doesn't matter. The referee blows it, and Swansea City are Champions League winners. Luka Modric scoring the goal against his former team. The team that he now owns, beating the team he played for about 15 years. What on earth have we just watched? From FIFA 21, when we took over Swansea, to FC 25, we have now won the Champions League. And honestly, I don't know what else we could do in FC 26. So if you've got any ideas and you want to see this series continue for one more game, then do let me know in the comments or message me over on Discord. Of course, we're going to watch Luka Modric lifting yet another Champions League. How many of those has he lifted in his career? But I don't think any of them would be as famous as the time that Swansea City, a team that was built on 3 loanees that joined the club back in 2021, Gyökeres, Gibbs-White and Gehi, lifted the Champions League in 2025. What a world this would have been, and of course, I tried to keep this series as realistic as possible, but I mean, you're seeing Swansea City lift the Champions League, so maybe I didn't do a great job at that. But still, it was really fun playing as Swansea throughout these games, and like I said, if you want to see me play on FC 26, then just let me know in the comments. And of course, like this video if you did enjoy it. But thank you so much for watching it. We broke several records, we played 5 different games, and this is one of the video series that I will always remember playing, and I'll always be talking about in future videos. So if you want to see FC 26 content, then subscribe to this channel, because I've got some pretty cool different ideas for FC 26 that are coming out very soon from next week onwards. Kelleher there, the man of the match in the final, a 9.5, and that is it. Swansea City are champions, and thank you for watching this mini mega career. Thanks for watching, I'll see you soon. Cheers and goodbye.